Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
My baby still, my fifth grader still haven't got an apology letter. She been kicked, her hair been pulled. They've been calling her fat, everything on the internet.
A Fargo woman doesn't think enough is being done to stop her daughter from being bullied. Rachel Washington says she's gone to the school's principal, police, even the parents of the child who she claims is bullying her daughter. But she says no one has helped, and that's why she contacted our whistleblower hotline. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has this mother's story and what she wants to be done in our Battle Against Bullying initiative.
Rachel and her family just moved to Fargo in September, and in the past 8 months of living here, she says
it has been hell ever since.
And Rachel says the reason behind that is bullying.
My baby, she wants to ignore it. She wants to just let it go, but they keep on doing it. They keep bothering her.
Rachel Washington is a fifth grader at Jefferson Elementary School. She tells us the bullying has mostly happened over social media on apps like Snapchat. And she says when she tried to block the people bothering her,
and then that's when they was making new accounts and stuff. And then
so they made new accounts once you blocked them to keep doing it to you? And that's why Rachel's mom went to the school's principal. But she says the principal couldn't help.
The principal said he looked on the computers and stuff. They're not doing it on the school grounds, so it's nothing they could really do about the social media.
So she thought she would try the police. But she says they couldn't help either because no crime has been committed.
The state of North Dakota doesn't have an actual criminal offense under bullying.
But Jessica Schindeldecker with the Fargo Police tells us they aren't turning a blind eye to bullying. She says they have resource officers in schools that are often used as mediators.
Bringing a learning point at the home to try to mitigate that and to resolve that type of conflict and those types of behavior, that's where we really want it to happen, not in the juvenile justice system.
But because of the bullying and some other reasons, Washington and her kids are leaving town.
If my kids was bullying somebody, I would no, stop it right away.
She says she just wants an apology and will be pulling her kids out of the school at the end of the year. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
So what can you do if your child is being bullied outside of school on social media? Well, Fargo Public Schools says it's hard for the school to intervene when something is happening outside of the school grounds. But they add they have counseling for students who need it. And Jessica Schindeldecker with Fargo Police says it comes down to the parents having to help their child. The heat is on, and it sounds like today isn't the only day we'll see it. Hutch, still quiet for any outdoor activities tonight?
Yeah, for the vast majority of us, it looks like a very quiet and almost summer-like evening here in the Southern Valley with low 80s in Fargo presently. A fair night is in store. Radar does show a few isolated showers, mainly to our southern and western counties. As we zoom in just a little closer, expect some hit-and-miss sprinkles down near Ellendale and Oaks, as we also see more widespread showers across southern portions of Minnesota between Grant County and the Twin Cities. For this evening, temperatures slip out of the 80s and we'll spend most of it in the 70s. Our wind speeds from the north will decrease. We'll be fairly quiet here, and Grand Forks will slip into the 50s by the time it's bedtime tonight. We do have some warm weather in store for our work week and some big changes if you're waiting for more rain to curb that fire danger. I'll have the latest on when we may see some of that as well here, Andrea, in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
A little girl from West Fargo is recovering after being hit by a school bus near Freedom Elementary this morning. Sources tell Valley News Live the little girl was hit by a West Fargo school bus while riding her bike and suffered a broken foot. School officials tell us they are investigating what went wrong that led to the potentially deadly encounter. There's no word on whether the driver will face charges or discipline over the incident. Jamestown police need your help finding a man who they say was involved in a hit and run. It happened in the Hugo's parking lot last night. The incident sent one woman to the hospital. Police say the suspect's vehicle is a dark-colored, compact-type standard cab pickup with a white topper. You're urged to call at 252-1000 if you have any tips in this case. A 31-year-old woman who led Jamestown police on a chase last week is in jail and facing several charges. Officials say Amanda Levy was wanted for questioning regarding the May 7th chase that lasted 10 minutes. On Sunday night, after getting a tip, police found Levy along First Avenue and arrested her for several charges, including giving false information to law enforcement, fleeing police, and failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. Bond has been set at $500. The Minnesota Department of Health is releasing what it says is shocking data on opioid deaths in the state. The department says from 2016 to 2017, opioid-involved deaths increased by 74%. Most of those deaths are linked to fentanyl, with 156 of the 172 deaths involving that deadly drug. Commonly prescribed opioids have been involved in the greatest number of overdose deaths. Final data from this report is expected to be released in September. Volunteers searching for a missing Newtown woman plan to camp on powwow grounds of the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation for about a month. 32-year-old Olivia Lone Bear was last seen leaving a Newtown restaurant October 24th. Since then, authorities and volunteers have searched regularly for the mother of 5. Lone Bear's brother tells the Bismarck Tribune that a volunteer search party will camp from May 21st to June 22nd at the Four Bears Park, White Shield, and Mandaree powwow grounds, hoping to expedite the search and reduce their costs for fuel and lodging. Authorities are said to be planning aerial searches soon. Police in northwestern North Dakota are searching for their police dog that's missing. The 3 affiliated tribes police department says Tigris, the Belgian Malinois, went missing Thursday morning in Newtown, again on the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation. Tigris is 3 years old and was wearing his metal choke chain collar. Police are offering a reward for the dog's safe return. Federal investigators have concluded that the pilot of a small plane was flying too low over the Mississippi last October, just before crashing into the water, killing himself and his wife. The National Transportation Safety Board, in its final report of the crash, says the single-engine Cessna struck power lines over the Mississippi River near Ramsey and plunged into the river. The St. Paul Pioneer Press reports that investigators say the plane was flying at or below the height of the trees on the riverbanks, or less than 100 feet. The FAA prohibits operating an aircraft less than 500 feet in an uncongested area. 47-year-old Chad Rigwall and 48-year-old Jill Rigwall of Princeton were killed. One busy intersection in Fargo is getting a new look. Today, construction started on I-94 and University Drive. The project will add a lane on the westbound off-ramp, improve pavements and surrounding sidewalks, and add an underground walkway. While the stretch of work is less than half a mile, crews say they want drivers to pay extra attention when driving in that area.
The zone is really short. It's, we could say maybe 2 or 3 blocks long, but with all the stuff that's going to happen in that short stretch and all the traffic and all the things that you can see, the distractions, really just focus on driving.
The project is expected to be done by mid-September. Flags will be flying at half-staff on Tuesday in honor of fallen officers. Governor Doug Burgum has directed North Dakota's government agencies to fly the U.S. and state flags at half-staff on Tuesday in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Day. Burgum is also encouraging North Dakotans to do the same at their homes and businesses. And President Trump is also calling on Americans to observe Tuesday's event, along with Police Week, which is May 13th through the 19th. The North Dakota Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony will take place Wednesday afternoon, 1:30, at the state capitol near the Peace Officers Memorial.